To QI, where tonight we're doing the knowledge. Please welcome the well-educated Jimmy Carr, the well-informed Joe Brand, the well-read Graham Linehan, and the, well, you know, it's Alan Davis. And if you want to call me, you know what to do. Jimmy goes... Knowing me, knowing you. Graham goes... They don't know about us. Joe goes... I know him so well. And Alan goes... There's a spelling issue there. I know what you want to know. Once and for all, how many moons does the Earth have?
Nobody knows. We're not doing that this year.
No, we're not.
3.
Oh, what a pity.
1. Just because it's called the moon doesn't mean it's the only one, it turns out.
The moons, it would be called.
You're not doing yourself any favours early doors. 2. Oh!
This could go on. It could.
So let me stop you right here. The point is, very, very on in the A series, we said there were 2.
Are you taking that back?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Ah, this is...
I rely on this show. This is all I know.
This is the whole point of this round, in fact. Facts are not permanent. We thought there were 2, and then we said, oh, no, it's either 1 or 5, we said, in the B series, because we were acting on the latest info that we had from the scientific community. And this has changed. Now, NASA describes them as mini-moons, but we have about 18,000 moons.
I thought it was the same moon.
Bits of it, you mean?
No, I thought the ones that we keep seeing was the same one over and over again. That is wrong.
No, you're talking about the mini-moons. There was, like, 1 extra mini-moon.
No.
Or just that whole... So what do you see?
So every night you're saying it's a different moon.
There is... So he's saying that there is a celestial body that we call the moon, which is obviously the one that's recognised and that rises...
I'm not saying
every
that.
28 days. No, you're not. You're saying there are lots that look...
No, I'm saying it's the same... I'm pretty sure. Until I came onto this show, I was pretty sure it was the same moon.
I think I'm with you. Yeah, I think it's just one moon.
That moon is the same...
That's our team's decision.
That's the same moon, as in this bottle is the same bottle is... It's the same bottle as it is.
How do you explain this?
That's another one, exactly.
Well, it looks pretty similar.
They're not the same. That's my point.
Yeah, well,
You see, suddenly we've got 3.
I'm not getting mine out, but can I just say... If there's so many, why haven't we noticed them before?
Well, the reason is that they are actually tiny. It's only recently they've run computer simulations to show 18,000. One of those has been observed, has been given the exciting name RH120, which orbited the Earth 4 orbits in 2006 and 7. They're also known as temporally captured objects. They're captured into an Earth orbit, perhaps for a short amount of time. But as satellites of the Earth, non-man-made, they are moons. That's what a moon is.
But the man-made satellites are satellites, right?
Yes, they are. But to be a moon, you have to be a celestial body rather than what you know.
Well, that makes me a moon, then.
Yes, exactly. You are. Precisely. And you orbit my life.
You have to be in orbit for at least 5 years before you can claim benefits.
But the quite interesting thing about this is the point that raised Jimmy Carr's tremendous eyebrows earlier, which is that facts don't remain stable. Things we know or think we know will be untrue. Very good. Will be untrue in a number of years' time.
Yes. Appropriately, you look a bit
Trying
like
to do a
Patrick
Mexican
Moore.
wave.
Yes, you do.
We just don't know.
So I did a course at university called...
Shut up.
I bloody did,
Yeah.
and it was called The Sociology of Science, and yes, I got a grant for it, because it was a complete waste of time. But what I learnt during that course is there's no such thing as a fact.
Yes, this is precisely our point. Indeed, at medical colleges, they usually teach that half of what the medical students are going to learn will be considered untrue in about 10 or 20 years. And this is known by academics as the half-life of facts. That's to say, you know that half of it will be untrue. Unfortunately, you don't know exactly which half. And on QI, an estimated 7% of the things I tell you this evening will be shown to be untrue in a year's time. And if you're watching a very old repeat on Dave, a much bigger proportion.
It's probably untrue now.
It's probably the whole... Even what I'm saying now is untrue. I'm not even saying it.
I'm not on the show.
We actually have a chart showing the rate of decay of QI facts. And you can see there's a series A on the right, and plotted against it is the 10th series, J. And so, as you can see, the further you get away, the greater the number of
60%
untruths.
of things in the first
Yes,
series
are now untrue.
bollocks.
If that's true, yes. That's
And we do talk a lot of bollocks, in fairness.
But the most important thing you'll be excited to know is that that means over the years, cumulatively, you must be owed a lot of points. And going according to this theory, things we have said are wrong, a proportion of them are likely to have been right. Therefore, we have actually calculated how many points we owe you.
Suddenly, this has gone brilliantly. Suddenly, this is...
Yeah.
Well, Alan
Jimmy?
is going to be way out in front, isn't he?
Jimmy, we owe you 43.58 points. Joe, 84.73.
Can I use them in Sainsbury's?
I'm giving you permission. If you work at Sainsbury's and she tries to claim them, yes, you can. The audience are owed 23.24. Well done. You haven't done anything. Alan, you are owed 737.66.
Are those transferable? If I went on to... Have I got news for you? Could I use...
Yes.
I think I've got 24 points that I could use
You can
here.
take this. Yes.
I can just...
Use
oh,
them.
no, fabulous.
Yeah. Ian.
Mastermind, can I have it on mastermind?
I don't think you would slip that in somewhere.
Someone's going to have to answer a lot of questions to beat that.
Of course, unfortunately, Graham, you get nothing.
Yes. Yeah. No.
That's really unfair. You're playing it a first time and you get a huge disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, you needn't have pointed it out.
I'll try and find a way to make it up to you in some way by giving you a random 600 points. I'll give you some examples of facts that we gave in good faith on QI. So in the I series, we said nobody knows how to tell the age of a lobster.
Well,
That was only a few years ago.
ask it.
I think that's what you said all the time. We
That's
should have
right.
had a klaxon.
Is that now right?
No, it isn't now right.
Now learn
It
how
may
to
one day
communicate
be.
with them. How many was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 11. Everyone knows that.
But in the I series, we said no one could tell the age of lobsters. But since then, Canadian scientists have discovered the way you do, that if you dissect their eye stalks and count the rings, you know how old they are. That's not a very kind thing to do.
You know how old they were.
I think that's
There's a flaw in this plan. I still think you should ask them first. Dissect their eye stalk.
Another one was in the G series. We said giraffes' necks may have evolved for fighting each other, which was commonly held by quite a few zoologists. But it now seems this hypothesis is not believed. And in
They
the A
used to
series...
like wading across deep rivers.
Yes, that was giving their necks above. Very, very deep.
As the river got higher,
Yeah.
they evolved. That might prove to be correct.
It might, you see. Who am I to say it isn't? In the A series, we said that the best endowed millipede had 710 legs. Soon afterwards, a millipede with 750 turned up, but that's still the greatest number we know. But
Is there someone checking them?
Yes.
I like the idea of counting a millipede's legs. You would lose. You'd have to keep going back.
Yes, you would, exactly.
1, 2...
It's the same
Say
thing.
that many times.
It's the same thing with all these things. Before they count the legs, they kill it. So the legs are very still. Pluck them off. 1,
She lets me...
2, 3. It might still be alive. They might think it was dead, but then they just hear it go, ah!
You know, that's an interesting fact. That's how they make worms. try.
Brilliant.
Yeah, a worm would come along. Are you not doing anything with these legs? You counted them off the millipede. Can I have 4?
One new species is born.
Yeah. And that is how sausage jobs are made.
Jackson's, exactly. We've discovered a lot of new science here, none of which is likely to be disproved, or possibly may come round again to be proved. Now, how much do you know about Scotland's Mr. Smelly?
Was he one of the Mr. Men that was dropped?
It's a really good point. I'll tell you, William Smelly, 19th century gentleman. He came from a family...
Billy Smelly.
We know very little about him, actually, because he came from a banned Protestant sect who were so persecuted that they didn't keep any documents about their births, deaths and
I
marriages.
think he's fairly persecuted at school as well.
Being called
with a name
Smelly.
like that.
Hey, stinky Smelly. Oh, original, thanks. But anyway, he rose from relative obscurity, and then he got paid £200 for heading up the team on something that has a thistle as its emblem, but has in its name something that means British.
Of course, the
Yes,
British...
say it.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
That's the right answer. It's the Encyclopedia Britannica, which
That's
is...
surely worth nothing, really?
Yeah?
Surely it was easier to do that in the days before the internet, though.
Yes.
If you try to research now, you get sidetracked. I get very sidetracked very easily. Yes, I'll just get a B for bras. Oh. It's a day lost.
I hate Encyclopedia Britannica because I had very aspirational parents and everyone else in my class was reading Jackie magazine. And I had to read bloody Encyclopedia
It was such
Britannica.
a symbol of that, wasn't it?
Oh, my God.
It's like a dictionary that sort of just won't stop.
It won't.
You just a word and then goes, and another thing, here we go.
It is discursive. It's very true. Another of its early editors was called Andrew Bell, who was 4.5 feet tall and had a very big nose, as you'll see.
Oh.
Looks slightly like me, rather disturbingly.
I'll be honest with you, I think that's a regular-sized nose on a tiny man.
He had a great sense of humour, though. If anybody pointed out or laughed at his nose, he would rush off into another room and come back with a bigger one made of papier-mâché.
I bet he could tell when Mr. Smelly was coming there.
I'll tell you what I know about that guy.
Yeah.
Very little.
Hey! That is quite good. I had to think about that. Anyway, the first edition of Encyclopedia Britannica took 3 years to write, cost £12 for 3 volumes.
3 volumes, the world's knowledge.
Yes, but the first volume is A to B. You obviously thought, oh, sod this. Don't need to be able to got 1 volume. Do C to Z in 1 volume. So
The deadline was looming.
yeah, exactly.
Look at decay of facts. I presume it's all bollocks.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a good test for that. What facts are in there?
One is K for Kensington. See if you can come up with a good definition of Kensington.
Kensington.
Borough in London. A place, an area of London town.
No, nowhere near. A pleasant village 2 miles west of London. Which is what it was then, you see.
Wow.
And California here is spelt with 2 L's, and it's called a large country in the West Indies. Possibly an island or a peninsula, it's not known. That's pretty way off,
I
isn't
like
it?
the... Well, what the... I mean, there must come a point where he went, is this... I mean, we don't know anything about this. Shall I put it in?
Yes.
California, it could be a place or a thing. No one knows. Might be a person. Good luck.
If you look at the...
What does encyclopedia mean? Because it sounds like a kiddie fiddler on a bike.
There's a big difference between P-A